The 2022 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, opened in Morocco with several storylines that include challenges to perennial giants, broadcast to a global audience, increased monetary payout to the winner, and an expanded number of finalists. There are 12 teams left standing. The competition is the biggest women's football tournament on the continent, and it has brought excitement to sizable stadium crowds and those watching via television all over the world. Morocco is one of the teams expected to challenge for the title that Nigeria has dominated since winning the debut edition of the tournament in 1991. It's the biggest and most talked about WAFCON yet, but the 2022 competition in Morocco is also going to be remembered for the introduction of the enforcement of testosterone tests for players. For years, there have been controversies surrounding claims of teams sporting male footballers disguised as women. These cases are not all straightforward fraud. The issue of testing testosterone levels is complex. Testosterone testing in sports is used to verify gender and, controversially, determine whether female athletes with high testosterone levels have an unfair advantage. Gender verification is not new to sports, nor is the fierce debate that accompanies it. In the early years, Nigeria's Ayabo Abade faced such claims and was eventually dismissed from the competition after she was discovered to be intersex. An intersex person can be born with a combination of male and female biological traits, but there are several different intersex conditions, falling into a broader range of what are known as differences in sexual development. Today, Abade identifies as a man, James Johnson, and is in the process of transitioning surgically. Gender eligibility requirements have become a prominent topic across international sports in recent years. In 2021, 2 Namibian sprinters were barred from the women's 400 meters at the Tokyo Olympics because of naturally high testosterone levels. Caster Semenya, who won Olympic gold in the women's 800 meters in 2012 and 2016, has faced eligibility questions surrounding testosterone levels for more than a decade. The South African athletic star, also born intersex, and other African female track and field athletes are now required to reduce their naturally high testosterone levels or are prevented from competing. But reducing testosterone levels weakens athletes, compromising their ability to compete. Semenya is currently awaiting a verdict in her case from the European Court of Human Rights after previously losing appeals at the Court of Arbitration for Sport and Switzerland's Federal Supreme Court. WAFCON now faces the same debate. For the first time, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, deferring to the gender rules of World Football body FIFA, has taken the matter a step further. It uses testosterone tests to determine who is eligible to participate. As should be expected, this has brewed controversy. Zambian top scorer and star, Barbra Banda, 22, has been deemed ineligible after she reportedly tested above the limit for testosterone levels. Banda failed to suit up for her country's opening game against Cameroon, yet much of Zambia's hope of success lies on her shoulders. She is her country's most decorated participant and led the Chinese Super League with 18 goals in 13 games in her debut season. Banda burst onto the international stage by recording back-to-back hat tricks against the Netherlands and China at the Tokyo Olympics. That was Zambia's first appearance in women's soccer at the World Cup or the Olympics, and Banda's second hat trick powered a 4-4 draw against China. Banda plays for Chinese club Shanghai Shenli but has been linked with a possible move to Real Madrid. Zambia was also reportedly warned about 2 other players, Racheal Nachula and Racheal Kundananji, who recorded high testosterone levels. Zambia is not the only team affected. Media reports indicate that 10 other players from various countries are also affected. They include Nigeria's Francisca Ordega, Morocco's Nahla Rakkach, Botswana's Nondi Mahlasela and Lesego Radiakanyo, Burkina Faso's Charlotte Milligo, Burundi's Saffira Guin and Cameroon's Claudia Dabda. Without Banda, Zambia managed a scoreless draw against Cameroon and beat Tunisia, 1-0. The Zambians lead Group B with 7 points, qualifying to the quarter-finals with a spectacular 4-1 win against Togo. Zambia is seeking to clinch its first trip to the World Cup, with the top 4 teams automatically advancing and 2 more going to intercontinental playoffs. The Confederation of African Football, which runs the Cup of Nations, defers to FIFA eligibility rules. The amount of naturally occurring testosterone in female players is limited to certain levels, with players who are over those levels needing to reduce them through medication or, in extreme cases, surgery, before they can be considered eligible to play. The International Olympic Committee and FIFA have different eligibility standards for gender verification, hence Banda's appearance in the Olympics but not the Cup of Nations. FIFA's gender verification policy, which dates from 2011, dictates that androgenic hormones have performance-enhancing effects and thus gender verification is of particular importance. However, the public document does not indicate a specific testosterone threshold. FIFA is in the process of updating its policy. The organization is reviewing its gender eligibility regulations in consultation with expert stakeholders. In addition to the IOC and FIFA, the international federations of swimming, cycling, and track and field have in recent years announced new gender eligibility policies or plans to revisit their policies. When asked by BBC Sport Africa how it was possible for Banda to have played in the Olympics but not at WAFCON, CAF's communications director responded by saying, "There is no such decision from the CAF Medical Committee." Andrew Kamanga, the president of Zambia's Soccer Federation, is reportedly in Morocco during the Cup of Nations and working with CAF to find a solution. Banda is currently in Morocco too and training with the Copper Queen squad, despite being unable to play. She's the captain of the team, and she's equally important for team building and ensuring team spirit. There are rumors that Barbra and her other 2 teammates have been cleared to join their national team for the quarter-finals. However, there is no official statement yet from CAF. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more stories.